Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sharing the Scoop. And today I have with me is Shivam Gupta. So, hi Shivam, how are you?
Hello, Janice sir. It's been a long time. I'm good, all
Very
good
very
here.
long time. 2-3 साल तो हो ही गया आई थिंक.
आराम से हो गया सर. 2-3 साल. वही अभी तीसरा ही साल चल रहा है. अभी जस्ट हो गया क्लियर अपना MBA. Just passed out this year April. That's how it's.
So Shivam, can you please
Yes, sir.
introduce yourself for our audience?
Sure. I'll do that. So basically, I'm from Mumbai only. I have done my graduation from Thakur College, Science and Commerce. I've done BMS there in marketing, specialization in marketing. So during that period, I have done quite a few internships, which actually encouraged me to pursue higher studies and understand business world, how it operates. So from the beginning only, from BMS, while I was doing BMS, from the first year, second month only, I started doing internships. So the first internship was in chess academy. So there I met with quite a few good people. Like the founders were one was CA and one was from IIM Calcutta. That's how I got exposed to what is MBA and how can I pursue it that way. So that was quite a learning experience, and that's why then later on I did another internship in marketing area, which was a requirement of my curriculum. And then I joined one classes for CAT. So when I was deciding I should do MBA, so later on I joined one classes in Borivali itself, and that was a good experience because that it introduced me to a lot of new things. That preparation went very well actually. So it was very flexible because I could not continue for a quite months, but they adjusted it according to my will, and that was very good about them. And later on, when I resumed my preparation, due to I had a problem going on during that time, but when I resumed, it went well, quite well. But I will say that for joining, then I got into IRMA. So we're cutting to very short. Joining IRMA, that was just 1 year from preparation to getting into IRMA. But that journey was quite a big one, and a lot of experiences. And I may help you on that by detailing on it. I will say just CAT is only 30 to 35% of overall recruitment. So if I share my experience, so 70% is something which we don't even think of while joining classes for CAT, and that is where the actually getting into converts, like any call converts. I had a few calls, but I could not crack everything. But by every experience I learned and gave my best to the next process which I got into. So IRMA was my third um third third GDPI which I went into. That's why all the learnings from previous one converted into it, and actually I got into the IRMA. So that's how I would like to explain that, because I can get into the details when you ask
Yes,
specific.
absolutely. So basically, you have just completed your MBA from IRMA,
Yeah.
correct?
It's IRMA, Institute of Rural Management, Anand. It's based in Anand, Gujarat. It's
Correct,
one of the
correct.
premier
Oh,
institute for rural management.
correct. Can you, as I said, that you got the exposure for MBA via your internships, and that's how you came to know about MBA and things like that. So, and then you started preparing. Being from a non-engineering background, what was your experience while preparing for CAT and all the other exams? Like, how did you manage? Were you good with math, or you had to practice? And people have this, fear
Yes,
of
exactly.
maths when it comes to that. So
That's
can you
very.
guide about that?
Yes, actually, absolutely. That was quite an experience because of that quants in the CAT exam. So my experience was I was interested in maths. I think I was good in maths because I took maths as a subject in 12th also while doing commerce. That's how the interest was continued throughout the graduation also. Get that I was familiar. It was not very gap with the taking a quants itself. But yes, engineers have a step ahead in that quants because they have done science background, and they again in engineering they are familiar with all calculus and high level maths which is not even asked in CAT. But yes, being a non-engineer and commerce background, that was quite a challenge. But yes, I would say that CAT is a cakewalk when you have a very good mentors around you. It is doable. It's not that if you are from commerce or art background or be it anywhere, if you have a good set of mentors, you can do it. I will say that. Because one thing I would like to point out, that while giving a CAT in an exam first attempt, I hardly used pen and rough area to calculate it, because it is, if you, it is suitable, and it with right tactics and everything, it is that you can solve it on the screen itself if you have practiced enough and you have done enough. You may need pen for rough work for logical reasoning, but for cons, if you are well practiced and everything, it's not like you have to solve and theorem and do whatever we were practicing earlier. But with the right set of practice, we can do it, and right set of mentorship, that's what I will say. And it is actually a beneficial, because lots of MBA programs, they give preference to non-commerce and give you 5% extra while the recruitment process. So that's where your advantage comes, even though you don't have engineering background and maths. So while you are shorting on that marks, you are covering on overall recruitment of 5%, which is quite a big. If 30% is CAT and you are getting directly 55% for being non-engineer, that's actually a advantage, I will say. So that's how it.
Uh, Actually, since 2015, they have changed it big time actually, and they are giving more weightage to the gender diversity. They are giving more weightage to other backgrounds who are non-engineers, and for engineers they have increased cutoffs and all of that. People don't realize that
Right.
in the hindsight, but yeah, somebody like you who has done it already, when you
Yes,
would be
yes.
saying, I think that is when they will be believing it more, and they'll be actually not worrying about it, and they'll be
Yes.
feeling that yes, we do also have a chance, provided we can strategize and we can practice properly.
Absolutely, that's where the mentorship comes. How I came aware of while doing in a first attempt only, because I had a right set of mentors. I searched for them in classes.
Barabar.
I had mentors. Outside I had mentors. I used to talk to them. Used to ask to them. Like whenever we are doing something new, it's good to ask somebody who has already done it. It's
Correct,
very,
correct,
that becomes a very stepping, it just clears your mind, and you can add your things and build on it. But if you have a base
correct, correct,
from someone's experience, that is very good. That's very
correct.
advantage.
Okay,
Get through.
okay. Now IRMA, so continuing the conversation further, IRMA is
Sure.
very different than the normal MBA colleges that we have heard about, and especially it is the number one college for rural management in India. So,
Correct.
how was your GDPI process compared to? First of all, what are the other calls that you had along with IRMA? And if you want to compare the GDPI experience of those other MBA colleges with the IRMA GDPI experience, did they ask you
Correct.
anything different? Did they grill you ki why this college, why this course, which is not so fancy,
Actually,
rural
exactly.
management is something which is not very fancy, but it is the need of an hour going forward with the
Correct.
whole city planning and the whole
Exactly.
focus shifting back to the agriculture sector, because we
Correct.
are the agriculture country. So if you can
Absolutely.
give us some ideas that how it was different, the GDP experience.
Sure, sure. So I'll first begin how I came across IRMA as a MBA program available to us. So it was actually, I while I was doing BMS, there was a rural marketing subject. That's how I become familiar with rural management, and there are rural spaces which needs business solutions and everything. So that was the very first encounter. Later on, it came across from my classes. They listed out all the programs which are available to you. So there was a IRMA written, and they had some different criteria for getting you in. So it's not like a general MBA where you need to score 99.99 percentile or 98 percentile, or else you can't get cut off also. IRMA, what does is, IRMA keeps the cutoff low, but it takes its own exam for the second round. That's how you get another chance, and you can build on whatever you have mistaken from past. Like if it's your CAT didn't go well, but you know how to give competitive exams and everything. So now you need not wait for next year. You will get a chance in IRMA, and you can prove again by giving another test, and then build on it by getting GDPI. So two things, I came across IRMA, and I was very curious actually to know how things are. Like I was curious about rural sector, and then I thought there is a lot of scope because it has a lot of potential because urban markets have saturated, kind of. I will not say completely saturated, but yes, come to a peak, and now it is shifting to rural development more of. If you see startup fundings nowadays, it's a lot of are into fintech, agri tech, and connecting rural to urban directly, B2B, Ninja Cart, and so many organizations there are investing into rural sector. So that's how I came across IRMA first, and it was not very well. I was not well prepared how it is and what is the curriculum. But yeah, slowly I explored. GDPI process, I will say, my IRMA SAT went very well. Even though CAT was compromised a bit, I had a call from baby IIMs and IBS. So first I gave IBS and then I got baby IIMs. There was no GD for baby IIMs. It was only written ability test and PI directly. So waiting list didn't crack well. It went well. So, but I got another chance. So while every process I was improving, so I actually gave my best at IRMA GDPI. And I will say GDPI at IRMA is very unique from other GDPIs. I don't actually believe in group discussion because it actually happens 10 to 15 minutes. People shout, literally fight to like speak, and like that's a battle going on.
Fish market.
But
Fish market.
yeah, literally fish market. That was a comment every time I practice GD in any classes or outside classes. The fish market. People keep shouting, but GD at IRMA was very different. I'll tell you, it went around 1 to 2 hours, one session, which no
Okay.
colleges make
I have
such
not
a time.
heard.
Yes, that is a very unique process because I was even not well aware of that. I was not very well prepared because that was okay because I didn't come across such a 1 and 2 hour GD. I preparation also it was 15 to 20 minutes hardly. So
Correct.
that's how when I actually went into the section, there were 20 people sitting at one time. 20 people sitting at one time. GD was, and it actually makes sense because then the questions were like case studies, and you have to arrive at consensus. You have to. There was a list of issues relating to rural problems or any problem in which a country has, and you have to rank the issues. So 20 people are there and they need to come into consensus of top 3 issues. Now that makes sense that you have a list of options. Now you have to explore each, give your opinion on each issues which you seem fit, first, second, third, and then you have to come across consensus. If you cannot come across consensus, that's okay, but you have to put your point of views, and that's how everyone got a chance to speak. Everyone got a chance to debate on those issues, and it went very wonderful. It was draining actually for 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours, but yes, it was meaningful as concerned like group discussion. It was literally a one group discussion.
Correct.
Later on
Correct.
uh, PI prepare. I came across a lot of how to prepare for interviews. What my mentor and I what believe is it's about 3 P. First is preparation, second is practice, third is presence. And that's how you can do well in GD and PI both. GD, I may not say my very strong point, but I can do well because of this three. This three is mantra. Preparation, like top 5 best things about you. Figure out top five best things about you. And for each best things, write 4 lines. Challenge, action, result, and what did you learn out of it. These 4 things about each top five options that you have to speak. You have to make sure that you go into that interview and you have to speak your best 5 things or whatever 3 things you can talk about it. And that's how you got a base content you can actually talk about. You have to practice it. That second P, practice. Third is presence. You said about grilling. If it turns out to be grilling, then only presence can help you. No preparation, practice, everything can be got into toss, but this presence will help you. You can hear it actually what they're
Correct.
saying and reply at your best you can to handle those questions. So that's how my even uh,
Correct.
internship and placements, that's how I prepared for all the interviews. It was
Okay.
and I was satisfied with the performance on that. I can say on that my
Okay. Okay. In the first year, you have done the internship. So where was your internship and what was the profile like?
Okay, MBA. Okay. So I'll say about IRMA curriculum, it is very different from other B schools. I'll say it is not very say straightforward that you did 2-3 terms here in the classroom, then one internship, 2-3 terms again, and then you are out for placement and everything. It is not very very
Straightforward.
standard. Yeah, straightforward and standard. It was very unique and it is very interesting, I'll say. Because I was not very known. I didn't know everything about IRMA and everything about while till I got into. And slowly, when I explored and everything, each and everything, it was experience for a lifetime, I'll say. So you have village field segment called VFS, the 10 days orientation program first, and where you are actually sent to a village for 2-3 days and see how things operate and how cooperatives work. 2-3 days you stay there for orientation. That is a snapshot of how you are going to be in 2 years here. So there is two segments. Uh, VFS is village field segment. You actually spend 1.5-2 months in a village, tribal area maybe, and you do research and understand at a ground level. What you are learning in classroom. After 2 terms, you are sent to VFS for a village, and then after another 2 terms, third and fourth, then you are got to go summer internship segment. That is similar to other colleges. You are appearing for the interviews and you are getting companies, and your place com is sweating there to get companies, and you get into good whatever you like, wherever whichever sector you like. Actually, IRMA provides a very huge variety which not other colleges provide easily. It can
Correct.
if you want go into development sector, NGOs, you can go here. IRMA is known for it. You can go in NGO sector, you can work in corporate sector, you can work at CSR in corporate sector, both NGO and actually a
Corporate.
private organization,
Yes.
corporate
Yes.
mixture of both. So it's on you. But it actually seems to be like it's perfect for India, MBA in India, because we
Correct.
see that
Correct.
the majority part of our India is rural, and not ever it's if we leave our top 2 5 5 6 cities, urban cities, metro cities, it's all rural left in India.
Correct.
So if you understand that in 2 years, what other good is that?
Else
But
you
I did
want.
my internship
Correct.
in,
Correct.
yeah,
You understand the ground realities.
exactly. So I did my internship in Amul for
Okay.
Amul.
Yeah,
So
Anand. It's
Anand,
nearby only.
yes. Actually, I did in Mumbai for Mumbai
Okay.
branch in Mumbai
Okay.
chocolate division. So I'll tell you, we talk about rural and India and everything. Majority of people even don't know if Amul is a cooperative and not a private firm. So that's how you come across while you do MBA in IRMA. You get to know cooperatives, farmer producer companies, FPOs, organizations very closely. You actually study them, which is a very backbone of India. If you see, India is uh, pioneering in cooperative milk. Majority of milk dairy sector is coming from cooperatives and not
India
from
is
private sector.
world's number one milk producer. Correct. Correct.
Yes, because of those cooperatives and those movements, Operation Flood, which was from Verghese Kurian, like White Revolution, we call
Dr.
it.
Verghese.
Yes,
Yes.
and he is the one started this college, and it has such a huge legacy. So that's how you come aware from each and every step while you're doing it there. I wish I knew it before, and then I would have like prepared so much to get into this. But
Correct. Correct.
fortunately, I
Absolutely.
actually landed up there and learned and unfolded so many good things about there. So that's how I can say. And it teaches you everything other B school also does. Like it is a business solution to rural problems. So you study business there. You study rural part of India there. You study those. Like, it's perfect for country like India
Correct.
to
Correct.
actually
Correct.
become a management professional in working for India.
Best of both the worlds, we should say.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So, last thing before we wrap this up, where are you placed right now, and what is the profile? As you said, you are just waiting to join.
Okay, yes. So my placements had in I had a placement in December 2019. So it's last year only. So I got placed in microfinance sector for a profile of analytics manager. So you can say like it's an NBFC. So it's again connected to rural India in somehow. Even
Correct,
if you
correct,
say that there are a lot of NBFC working for corporates, there are NBFCs working for microfinances. Like they are actually giving loans to
the small
rural
businesses.
the small
Correct,
businesses
correct,
and in women. Actually, this company which I work, I've joined it. They work for women, where they give loans to women and start do their own business and everything. So that's how microfinance is there. So these are the sectors we actually very easy we get placed into. There are cooperatives, there are NBFCs, there are also that future group comes, ITC comes. So it's upon you where you want to go.
correct,
So
correct.
that's how. And it's a first job. So
Okay.
if you may not get into right set, or you can always change and get your and
Yeah. Of course, of course, of
that's
course. I
all.
mean, you
Because
learn at every stage. That's how
your
you grow.
placements
It's
are
as
very
simple as that.
random and in nature. Like you can get selected in
Correct,
first day, or maybe you have to wait in for third day. That is different part, but it's okay. Well, like I was building profile in marketing. I and I learned from Amul a lot. So I wanted to go in that sector, but yes, so it will take time, and then I will land up somewhere else. So that's how I basically wanted to do marketing analytics. So that's how I choose this firm, because at least I not the sector. It is microfinance in a finance sector, but yes, profile is manager analytics, which is actually used in product development and actually understanding customer. That's how. So I got a right
yes,
profile
correct.
of my will. So yes, that's it.
Superb, superb. So, Shivam, thank you so much for your time and this amazing insight. Matlab, I am all in awe of IRMA right now. Matlab, I have only heard about it. This is probably the first time that I'm talking to somebody and actually listening to the insight. Of course, it would have its own set of challenges for someone who is from Mumbai. Going all the way, staying for 2 years in the actual rural areas, but eventually I'm very sure the experience would have been one of its kind and
Yes.
once in a lifetime kind of an
Once in
opportunity.
a lifetime. Like you never go to. I stayed in Nilgiris in tribal village for 1.5 months. I would not have wished in my wildest dream, and fortunately I got to go there. Nilgiris, it's such a beautiful place. It could not have happened if I would not have been in Irma. Not even
Correct,
possible. I never
correct,
went to South India before that, and I went there for the first time. I didn't know the language. I had my colleagues there who helped me out to understand those things. It was a wonderful experience. So that's how little things, which builds onto a very good management professional. It makes you a good management professional for a rural India or for any India, full complete India. It's not only special to rural. Even my friends are placed in. Most of them are in Mumbai, working from private organization. So it's all like complete package. Wherever you want to go, you just got to go to IRMA, and you can explore things, and you can choose wherever you want to go. That's how it is.
super, super. Thank you so much for your time. All the best for all your future endeavors.
Sure. Thank you so much, Janesh.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
You to stay safe. So